What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Carlos here, shooting you a little video about the Clark V3 pads that I put on the Inmotion V11 that I own. Just recently sold my little Gotway M10 III. That thing was just too small. I kind of got it for my son anyways, but he would rather ride his electric dirt bike. We go on these Friday night rides around Portland with the crew of like 100 or so, all on electric vehicles, unicycles, skateboards, e-bikes, I mean, you name it, electric, three-wheeled mountain boards I've seen, epic stuff. Anyways, these Clark V3 pads are pretty dope. They are definitely night and day difference. I did have these like 3D printed jump, I wouldn't even call them pads, jump hooks or something that bolted into the bottom and just kind of held the front of my foot in. And so I didn't have any experience with any of the Clark pads besides an S18 that I rode. That was definitely pretty locked in, and you know, the angle wasn't what I would have chose, but it was a fun unit. And since I put it on this V11, it's been a whole nother ride realistically. I mean, my feet are locked in there and get some good jumping in, bunny hops, and hit some pretty technical terrain, have some pretty damn good control. Actually just recently cracked one of the little pucks. I had to jump off and kind of save one of my sons. I got two kids, you know, 4 and a 5-year-old. Got an electric ATV for the youngest, who's 4, and an electric dirt bike for the 5-year-old. Well, the 4-year-old was getting a little buck and going to pass the 5-year-old's dirt bike, and decided to go through the woods to pass him and kind of roll the ATV over, and I kind of caught him midair and stopped the quad at the same time from hitting the oldest on his dirt bike, but in the process sent the V11 for a little ghost ride until it kind of wobbled itself to death and did a little tuck and roll. Luckily it was a slow speed, so could have been worse, but wasn't too bad. But you know, so it also offers a nice little protection for the wheel in a way. I mean, $150 or $60 protection, a little pricey, but you know, it's definitely not a bad price, I guess, for $22 or $2,000 wheel. So yeah, you know, it's I'm just kind of showing all these little technical trails I've been striding with it. As soon as I put the V3s on, I mean, I probably got close to 800 miles, maybe 900 on this wheel. And I've rode the Sherman, the S18, the M10 III, one other one, maybe the V8 or something, I forget what it was. But all in all, so far, I haven't rode the EX, EXN, you know, some of those other Gotways, and there's some other King songs out there. It's a big hype on the new stuff coming out, the S20 or something. But I mean, for me, this Inmotion does kind of checks all the boxes. A little faster wouldn't be bad. I think I hit like 36 once, kind of by accident, but I always got my Bluetooth speaker going in my backpack, so it's right behind my helmet. Kind of beeps pretty loud when I get a little too crazy, going too fast or overheating. Like for instance, going up this trail, it's a big uphill, and the thing was beeping at me crazy. It was about 100 degrees, 102 degrees that day, and I was just dumping sweat ripping this thing. But I also dented my rim like 4 times on this trail alone. I don't think it was I didn't even have low air pressure. It was just before this part here that you're seeing was just super rocky and roots, and I haven't been on this trail for years. I used to live in this area, and I was actually doing some work over there and decided after work to go for a session, and clearly has been super washed out and beat this little trail. I mean, this section here is great still. You can cruise through it. There's not too much technical stuff going on. I think I do lay it down here shortly, but I mean, the beginning of the trail was an absolute joke. By the time I was too far in, I kind of was thinking of turning around, but was like, man, I'm already this far in. It should hopefully get better. Well, it really didn't. It got a lot worse before it got better. This was probably like 2 miles in before it finally got decent, where I could cruise at a decent speed, but then it wanted to overheat on me. And anyways, what can you do but just session and hope for the best? But like I said, I mean, I'm really digging these Clark pads. They're definitely locked right in and can get some good jumping in. I started getting a little more comfortable now. I think I got this wheel 3-4 months ago. It's my first, actually, I guess it was May. So what are we at now? September? Yeah, almost 5 months ago, actually. And lately I haven't been doing too much shredding on it. I mean, a little bit. Been really flying my paramotor a lot, doing a lot of paragliding. That's been my go-to hobby for like 10 years, but the unicycle is a good in-betweener for when it's too hot or, you know, not enough, not good wind or too windy or whatever the case is. But man, I absolutely love this wheel. It is super fun. It goes decently quick, but it's got a lot of good torque, I feel like. Especially for these trails and technical stuff. I mean, the S18 was a lot lighter. You could probably get super airborne on that, but this thing is a well-balanced machine, the V11. You know, I have no complaints besides the speed. I wish it was a little quicker, but you know, just calls for maybe another wheel down the road. Or I'm kind of really interested in a Sur-Ron. That's always kind of sparked my interest. That's kind of what led me to buying a unicycle, was looking at Sur-Rons on YouTube. And next thing you know, good old Chooch was advertised on the Sherman ripping through the woods, and absolutely blew my mind seeing a one-wheeled unicycle, you know, just cruising through that technical terrain. But so I was pretty much sold on, especially for half the price of a Sur-Ron, and haven't looked back since. I absolutely love electric unicycles. I caught on fairly quick. Probably took me about 40 minutes. Well, I don't know if it's fairly quick. I have no one to judge it off of, or nothing to compare it to, but I see some people struggling after a couple weeks, they claim, or something. But I just went at it hard and do a lot of riding with this you know, single track type of mountain bike trail status. The next video I'm going to put out is shredding this canyon down in Central Oregon. This is up by Portland, Oregon, actually Clackamas to be exact, this trail I'm riding here. And it's like Mount Talbot or Mount Tabor, I forget exactly which one it is, but right off of Sunnyside or Sunnybrook. If you're interested, you know, you can shoot me a message. I can let you know where it's at. You can give it a shot for yourself and watch out for the beginning of the trail to show you where the good stuff is. But anyways, the video's kind of coming to an end here, so I'm gonna probably sign off. And I mean, you can see I stayed pretty planted for most of the session. A couple little technical zones that I got a little squirrely through, but stuck it. And yeah, well, you know, till next time, catch you guys later. Have a good one. Carlos out.